The quickest way to estimate doors and windows is to add them to a wall you've already estimated. Adding a door or window this way means that BuildingWorks will use information from the wall, such as the wall thickness, to work out the depth of reveal and to suggest appropriate lintels. You can add doors and windows from scratch using the Estimating tab, and you'll need to do it this way if you're inserting a door or window into an existing wall, or if you're simply replacing a door or window in an existing wall, as you won't have an estimated wall to work with. In this video, I'll take you through adding a door to an estimated wall. The process is exactly the same for windows. You'll just start by clicking the Windows button. To add a door or window to a wall component, you'll need to be in an individual wall component, rather than the top level of the estimating calculator. To check you're in a wall component, take a look at the Project Explorer. The wall estimating calculator in my estimate is the item marked Brick and Block Full Fill Cavity Wall, Basic Thermal Performance. Estimating calculators are highlighted in bold, with a border around the icon. The item marked Wall 1 is an individual wall component within the estimating calculator. Components appear in normal font, with no border around the icon. If you can't see any wall components in your estimating calculator, click on the arrow next to the estimating calculator. Click on the wall component you want to add the door or window to. Once you're in the wall component, the Component tab appears on the ribbon at the top of the screen. Looking along the Component tab, you'll notice that there are a number of different components you can add to a wall you've already estimated, including additional walls, wall details, doors and windows. Note, these buttons are only available in wall components you've estimated in the Estimate module, not those which have been drawn. You can of course open your drawing and add doors and windows to any drawn walls. Assuming your wall is an estimated wall, click the Doors button. The Doors drop-down menu appears. Now you can select the type of door you want to estimate. I'm going to estimate a front door, so I'm going to select the External Door Sets option. The Add External Door Sets window pops up. You can resize the window by holding your cursor over the edge of the window until a double-headed arrow appears, and then pressing and holding down the left mouse button to drag the edge of the window. The first screen asks you to select a door. You can filter the selection to home in on the door you want. Select the manufacturer, width, hue value, or colour you're looking for, using the drop-down boxes. At any time, you can click the Clear Filter button next to the Filter drop-down box to remove the filter. You can also search for a specific item by typing a search term into the Find box and clicking Find. Once you've located the door you want, click on the door to select it, and then click the Next button. The next screen asks you to select a lintel. Once again, you can filter the selection using the filter categories. Click on the lintel to select it. For cavity walls, you can select either cavity lintels or separate lintels for each leaf of the wall. If you choose a lintel for one leaf, you'll then be prompted to select a second lintel. Click the Next button. The next screen prompts you to select a specification. In the case of external door sets, select a specification based on whether you require a cavity tray. You can take a look at any of the specifications by clicking on them and pressing the Review Specification button. Click on a specification to select it, and then click Next. The next screen asks for the door dimensions. Most of the dimensions are greyed out, as the dimensions are linked to the door you selected on the first screen. You can, however, amend the external reveal depth. The tech tip tells us that this is the measurement from the outer facing of the wall to the door, and this information will be used to calculate the reveal areas for plastering, rendering and decoration. Once you've checked this dimension, scroll down and click the Next button. The final screen prompts you to add any sundry items you require for the door. I'm going to add 3 cavity weep vents. Click into the Rate Quantity input box and enter the number required. If at any time you decide you need to go back and change something you've selected or entered, click the Back button. Once you're happy with all of your choices, click Finish. A dialog box pops up asking how many identical doors you want to estimate. It's really important to note that if you've quantified any sundry items, they will be duplicated for every door. So if I entered 2, BuildingWorks would estimate double the quantity of cavity weep vents. I'm just estimating one door, which is the default, so I'm going to click OK. You'll return to the Dimension Link Specified Items tab of the wall component, where the door opening has been added to the estimate. Click on the Dimensions and Linked Components tab. You'll see that the door has been added as a linked component. Click the Open button on the linked door to view the door component. You can see from the Project Explorer that you've jumped to the door component, as the door component is now highlighted in blue. On the Dimensions and Linked Components tab of the door, you can see the cost of this individual door component. You can also see the dimensions of the door. Click on the Dimension Link Specified Items tab. From here you can check the estimated items which are linked to the door's dimensions. Looking down the screen you'll find a breakdown of all of the assemblies and rates. Click on the arrow next to the assemblies to look at the rates and resources in more detail. From the Sundry Specified Items tab, you can review any sundry items you've added and change the quantities of sundry items for this individual door. Over to you. From within a wall component, on the Component tab, click the Doors button to add a door, or the Windows button to add a window. Work your way through the screens, selecting a door or window, lintel and specification. Review the dimensions and add any sundry items you need. Finally, tell BuildingWorks how many identical doors or windows you're estimating. Once you've returned to the Dimensions and Linked Components tab of the wall, click the Open button on the linked door or window to open and review the estimate for the door or window.